Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm a retired firehouse cook, and today I'm going to make a banana bar. My niece Izzy sent this to me, and she said I needed to videotape it. So I'm going to do it. This is my first time, and so we're going to do it together. So let's get started. The first thing we have to do, we're going to brown the butter. So I'm going to move the camera over and adjust it so you can watch the butter brown. So just give me a second, but I'm going to be putting in 2¼ cups of butter into a saucepan. We're going to put the last 2 sticks of butter. And we're going to put this on medium-low heat. And we're going to stir it pretty much the whole time. Okay, it's starting to heat up a little bit, so I'm turning the heat down to medium-low. Now it's going to start bubbling really hard, and then the bubbling is going to settle down. And then I'm looking for an amber color. And then when I see that, I'm going to take it off the heat. I just turned the heat down just a little bit more. Izzy said that it'll go from amber to burnt really fast, and I don't want to do that. So you got to stay on top of it. She said that when it was getting to this point, she went to get my great niece, her daughter, Ringley, and when she came back, it was burnt. So she had to start all over again. It's getting really foamy. I guess that would be the best way of describing it. Okay, now that it's in that foamy stage, I'm just going to stir it constantly until we get the amber color. And then when we get that, I'm going to take it off the heat. Now I have to say that this is the most difficult part for me because I'm colorblind. So I am just going with a change of color. And they tell me it's amber, so that's what I'm going to say. Okay, there's pretty much no bubbling going on now, and it is really, really foamy. The foam is going away, and it is if you call that amber, it looks brown to me, but it's definitely a different color. So I'm stirring, and you can smell it also. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm calling that amber. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put a 1/2 cup of this in a measuring cup. All right, then we're going to pour the rest of it. We're going to set that aside, the 1/2 cup. Then we're going to pour the rest of it in a bowl. See, I think it was just getting ready to burn. So we'll pour that in there. As he said, it goes from amber to burnt really fast. Okay, so now we pour it into another container, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of cold butter in that brown butter. And we're going to mix it. We're going to mix it in. It foamed up a little bit. Can you see it? Yep, you can see it. So we're going to mix that up. As he calls that amber, I call that brown. Can you see it? All right, that's all mixed up. And so I'm going to put this in the refrigerator while we mix the dry ingredients and get it in the oven and bake. I got the recipe here because I've never done this before. So before I got started with the butter, I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. It's calling for 11 by 15 pan. This is 11 by 17. It might be just a tad thinner, but I thought it was better to go with this size because my next one's even bigger. So, and I put a piece of parchment paper down. It didn't call for it, but I just like parchment paper. I think everything comes out a lot easier, so I went ahead and did that on my own. So I have 2 cups of flour. I'm going to have 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a half teaspoon of kosher salt. We're going to put in 2 eggs. Now we have 1½ ripe bananas, 1 cup of sour cream, and then the rest of the brown butter. Okay, we're going to mix all this up. And we're going to splash flour on the counter. Okay, I tried to do it by hand and I just didn't think it was breaking the bananas up enough. So I got my hand mixer. All right, that's all mixed up. Now we're going to pour it in the pan. I'm going to shake it a little bit and try and even it out. We'll start at 25. Okay, it's been 25 minutes. It's a nice brown color. Look at that. Does that look good? It came out toothpick clean. We are going to set this aside and let it cool. I'll just put it right up here. And now we're going to make the icing. So we have 3 cups of powdered sugar. I got a cup in here and 2 in this bowl. And then we have, going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. I'll just go ahead and put this in now. It looked like a teaspoon. And then we'll put in a 1/4 cup. It calls for a 1/4 cup of milk. I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of plain yogurt. Aside, and now we're going to get out the butter that we put, the brown butter that we put in the refrigerator, and we're going to pour that in. So we're going to mix up the 1 cup of powdered sugar that's in the bowl. And then we're going to slowly, it says a cup at a time, but there's a cup, maybe 3/4. All right, the instruction says to take it out of the oven while you're making the icing, let it cool, and then put the icing on it. I didn't like that idea. So I just thought it was melting too fast, and I just wanted to do it different. So the wife and I took the dogs on a walk, and then It's been probably 45 minutes, and now I'm putting the icing on. The warming tray, but the icing is good. I sampled it before we went on our walk, and it is really good. That brown butter just tastes so good. After you ice it, wait 30 minutes before you can eat it. Now I can ice it and eat it. So to me, I think it's a win this way. Who wants to wait 30 minutes after you get it done to taste it? I know I don't. So I'm going to dive right in. Oh my God, Izzy. This is fantastic. I could almost put more banana in it. But the icing's fantastic. You got to give this a try. Izzy, thank you. Love you. Great recipe. Send me more. Enjoy this.